How you doing, guys? Chris here. I've got some Diatone motors here, and these are the 22 series. At the top, we have my favorite 2204 in 1450 kV, and these are a rarity. They don't make them anymore. I actually had to order these from Spain, and you might still be able to find a couple of sets. I found them here at RC Innovations, and they did ship them to me, so they got here, reasonable price. I think I paid maybe $10 for shipping. I talked to Carl from Diatone, and they said that's it. They're not going to make the 2204 1450 kV series motors anymore, which is very upsetting because these were amazing motors. I really enjoyed them. They work great on my sub 250 gram 6 inches, my sub 250 gram 7 inches. They're my go-to motor. So I've got an extra set just for them. And Carl recommended that I not really upgrade because it's a lower diameter, but modernize to the newer motor, which is the 2203.5. And let's take a look at it. They come in green. Pretty nice motor, got the same motor protections. This is the 1650 kV. This was the lowest kV that they had. So hopefully it'll work. I plan on trying it on my sub 250 gram 7 inch, but if the kV isn't low enough, might just stick to the 5 and 6 inch with this guy. I know they're designed more to be Cinewhoop motors. I only have one Cinewhoop, and it's a 3 inch, not one of those 3.5 inches or 4 inches that are coming out now. So we're gonna weigh these out, do a comparison, take a good look at the specs, and I'm gonna try flying it on a 7 inch, my sub 250 gram 7 inch, not a typical 7 inch. And yeah, we'll see if there's any impact to the performance with that 0.5 millimeter lower stator height. So stay tuned. All right, and we're back. And yeah, I've got the 2204 1450 kV Mamba motor. We're gonna get a weight on that. It's untrimmed, so it's brand new out of the package. We've got the 2203.5, also untrimmed, brand new out of the package. And just for comparison, I've got the Hyperlight 2204 1722 kV. I run this on a sub 250 gram 6 inch, and it's a very fast motor, very good motor. I really liked that one, but I switched it out for a 2203/04 2800 kV motor from FPV Cycle, and it works really well too. Lighter motor, lighter props, so that's the trade-off there. All right, so let's get a weight. Let's start off with my go-to motor here, the Mamba 2204. It is 21.5. Let's add a prop nut. 22 grams for that motor. All right. Let's go to the, what are they calling this? The Toka motor. Let's check the Toka motor. Try to get the wires on there. There we go. 21.4. 21.8. So 0.2 grams lighter. Not seeing a great weight savings. Nothing I'd want to trade off with. And this is the, just for comparison, the Hyperlight motor, 2204. 21.2 with the prop nut. 21.7. Now that's with the trimmed wires, so there'll be a difference when you trim those wires. Now the FPV cycle motor, 2203/4. This was the version 2, so I'm pretty sure it's the 2204. 2005, and then with the prop, no wait, this one doesn't run prop nuts, it has the 2 screws. Let's find 2 screws. 21 even. So obviously FPV cycle, that's your lighter motor option. Now finding props that are 6-inch and 7-inch, I did order them, and we will see what they do performance wise when I put them on, so stay tuned for that. All right, let's go put them on a quad. So this first flight is with the Mamba 2204 motors and Gemfan 70x42 props. These were the most stable props I found that were the most lightweight. This flight is about a month old. I've switched up the quad a little bit to test various motors, ESCs and whatnot. But when I set it up for the 2203.5, I set it up the exact same way. I just didn't feel like switching it back and forth and then back and forth. But as you can see here, the flight is very stable at low throttle, and at high throttle, it seems to be fine. I don't get any prop wash. The only problem is my camera angle is a little bit too low. It's kind of hard to do any cornering or banking, but c'est la vie, it's not made for racing. This is the second flight. So this is the 2203.5 Toka motors, and I had to take it a little slow. I didn't adjust any of the PIDs, none of the filters, so there's a little bit of vibration in here. So I tried to recreate the exact same flight as the previous flight you saw. So what did I think about these motors? Now that I've flown them, I think they're good for what they're intended to be made for. A Cinewhoop or a 250 gram 5-inch. I think on a sub 250 gram 6-inch or 7-inch, they're just too small. There was a little bit of instability, and I know these props are good with stability. As the flight progressed, the instability got worse. So as the motors started to heat up, I noticed a lot more instability. I actually think the construction of these motors is better, with the C-clamp and the air gap between the magnets being so nice and tight. I was pretty impressed with the construction, but overall, no. I mean, that 0.5 millimeter, it might be minute, but it made the difference. As you can see, is just level flight. There's a little bit of wobble going on, and it only gets worse as the flight progresses. To really get a feel of what I'm talking about, I'll do this dive, and as I spin around, you'll notice the quad kind of wobbles, not really out of control, but pretty violently for being at such a low throttle. And that's the big indicator that lets you know that these motors are not a good pair for this quad. So for these Toka motors, I recommend them for a Cinewhoop or your sub 250 gram 5-inch or 4-inch. And next time we're going to try these Flywoo 2303.5s on a 7-inch and see if they perform any better. All right, thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe.